I'm starting with two epoxy fiberless strips, which are 6.8 mm thick, 44 mm wide, and 53 centimeters long. And for the riser, I will use multiple pieces of balao wood, which I will reinforce with unidirectional fiberglass strip, which is 8 mm thick. I also have cut this riser block at the angle, so the bow will have some reflex. If we put fiberglass in the middle, as we make arrow shelf, we would cut completely through it. So that's the reason why I will put it offset. Now I'm gluing the riser pieces together, and I will let that cure overnight. Now I just need to grind this portion that sticks out. Now I will glue the limbs to the riser. I sand this part that will be glued. Epoxy doesn't like smooth surface. Now it's time to glue this riser overlay. But I want to reinforce the riser block further with some fiberglass and carbon. So I will clamp these two pieces of melamine to prevent fibers from running out of the joint. I covered these pieces of melamine with packing tape. That will prevent the epoxy from sticking to them. For this, I'm using some leftover pieces of unidirectional fiberglass and carbon. That will add a lot of strength to our riser. And since we are making the Centershot bow, any additional strength is more than welcome. Now I'm cutting CS from the same balao wood. They will be 26 centimeters long. I will also mark the middle of the CS and rip them with a band saw. And fill them with carbon fiber. That will add a lot of strength. This step is completely optional. I've seen a lot of bows without any reinforcement. But I like to put some additional reinforcement, especially for the high poundage bow like this one. Just be sure to use some strong wood like ash, beech, oak or something like that. This bankirai or balao wood is quite strong and it's pretty easy to find for me. That's the reason why I like to use it. People usually use this wood for decking and garden stakes because this wood is pretty oily and resistant to the moisture. I'm taking my time to align everything as good as I can. CA glue is used to fix this CS temporarily. Later I will reinforce everything. Now I'm tapering the bow limbs from the 44mm at the fades to the 20mm at the CS joint, and then to just 10mm as the tips. I will use this piece to reinforce this section here, because here will be the arrow shelf and we need a lot of strength in this part. So I will put some epoxy here. And I will use few pieces of fiberless cloth to fill any potential gaps. Now I'm reinforcing the SIA joint with a carbon fiber, and then I will wrap everything with a nylon cord. I think this is the strongest way to do this. But if you're making lighter poundage bow, you can just wrap the joint with some twine and cover with CA glue. But in this case I'm using both carbon fiber and the cord wrap, and also epoxy instead of CA glue. So I'm quite sure that this joint won't fail, even at super high draw weights. Now I will put the fiberless wrap here and here, and also inlay fiberless wrap here. That will prevent this riser from explosion, and it will be flush with the handle. Now I'm wrapping the fades with the fiberless and the epoxy resin. This is quite important step because otherwise the riser and the limbs can separate when the bow is under pressure. I like to compress the fiberless with the woven elastic. It also looks good, and when the epoxy is cured, there is no need for any sanding or finishing. The string grooves will be reinforced with carbon fiber strips. This bow will have double nocks. That will allow me to use the stringer, which is probably the easiest way to string super heavy bows. At this point the bow is too stiff, so I will remove some material. I decided to go with black handle and black wraps. As for the limbs, I will just spray clear coat and leave the natural color of fiberless. It looks really cool, reminds me of the glass weapons from Skyrim. Poundage is about 136 at 28 inches. I need more practice with this bow, so I will leave the speed test for the future video. Arrows are 33 inches long and they weigh 1500 grains.